I forgot to start recording, sorry. Okay, so make sure that you check your Herzing emails daily if you have that capability, and then check your announcements daily, because this is where administration, if something's going on, they'll add an announcement to your class, or I will add an announcement to your class. So every week, you'll notice on Fridays, I go into the discussion board and I do a quick summary of what we've talked about, and then I ask another question within the discussion boards. Nothing, I mean, it's not a big high-tech question, but it's just to kind of bring the discussion to a close. I do those on Fridays, and then I also launch the next week's discussion. So you can maybe start early on the weekends if you want, along with the next week announcement. So I try to take Saturdays completely off from everything, just my 1 day a week, just to decompress and do what I need to do to keep myself active. And so if something's happening and you're reaching out on Saturday, when I have my phone with me, if it's something emergent, please feel free to call me or text me. But just know that if it's something that can wait till Sunday, know that I try to take Saturdays completely off, okay? The one thing I wanted to share with you, so now I think we will start sharing. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Let me make sure I can do that. All right. So can you see, can everybody see the home page of our course? Can you? Because I can't see you guys if you're shaking your heads or anymore, because I'm looking at my screen.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So of course you guys have went through your course. Here's the course description. Here's your credit hours. Here's your program outcomes. Here's your course objectives and how they tie into the AACN. Here is your course materials, your book, and then learning resources. So when you click on that, it gives you some articles that you can find that might help with your discussions. So don't reinvent the wheel. If you find something there that you'd like to bring forward and discuss, go ahead and do that. Here's your grading policy. You need a B average to pass your master's courses. So the lowest grade is 80%. Here's your full syllabus if you click on that. Make sure that you read this makeup policy and then reach out if you have any questions. And then here's a quick course outline, okay? So then here on your announcements, this is where I would ask that you check your announcements daily. Sorry, it's taking just a little bit of time. Seems like sometimes we always have difficulty. Okay, well, maybe we won't. Well, okay. Anyway, you know where your announcements are, right here. You can click over here and that'll bring you right to your syllabus. Let's hope that this modules tab works and we can click into our modules. I'm not sure why. I always tend to have difficulty. I thought it was just Canvas and the conference within Canvas. So I started using Zoom, but all right, so read me first. This introduces you to the course. Faculty course information is about me. Here's your ebook information. So does everybody have, okay, let's rephrase it. Who does not have their textbook or access to their textbook? Nobody? Okay, awesome. Here would be your library resources. I would ask you to look at there and make sure that you can access your library. This is where you're going to want to find scholarly articles to bring forward. And then if you look at each unit, you'll see where each unit looks the same. You have an introduction, you have your required resources, you have the title, and then you have one discussion question per week. Although this week we have introduction, so I would ask you, if you've not introduced yourself, to make sure and introduce yourself. And then with the requirements for discussions. So I'm going to click on Unit 1 discussion because we're on Unit 1 week. So sorry, this is taking a little bit of time. I want to be cognizant of your time. Well, isn't this lovely? I'm not sure. All right. Well, with your discussions, you want to make sure that your discussions are posted. This main area here is what has already been set up by Herzing. Now, if you look down here, this is me, and I launched my own discussions because this is where I highlight things. I put in the dates. I might add a little bit to it. And so just know that your initial discussion question needs to be answered by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is where you go in and you add your, minimum of 250 word. Can it be more than that? Yes, it can. And a lot of times I noticed you guys do add quite a bit of detail, which is awesome because we all want to learn from each other. And so make sure that you answer the initial discussion question every week by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m., that you have a minimum word total of 250, and then you also answer every single question that's being asked of you. And so for this week's discussion, we're asking you to go to the BRFSS and access the Centers for Disease Control, and then access your state-by-state listing, and then identify behavioral risk factors, data specific to your state, and then we want you to list 3 areas of focus. And so make sure that you're listing at least 3 areas of focus, and you want to make sure and talk about behavioral risk factors. And I know most of you have posted already because we're on Thursday. Make sure that you're, again, answering all parts of the questions, that your references and your citations need to be in APA format. I don't, within your discussion thread, you don't need a title page or a reference page, but you need to have references listed at the end of your post. And then you need to support your discussions with citations from your references. And so you guys are in your master's program. This isn't anything new. We're using 7th edition APA, which is, there's a few changes that are going on. And so if I'm grading and I notice that you're using 6th edition, I'm not going to mark it down, but I will let you know, hey, this is changed within the 7th edition, and this is what it would look like. Because as you move forward into your next semester, you'll probably have to know the 7th edition 100%. So just know that if for some reason you read my feedback and you don't agree with it, and you're like, I did the 6th edition, I thought you said that was okay, all you need to do is let me know, because I'm human, and I'll look at it and give you your points back. So it's best that you let me know when I flub up, because I want to be able to give you points back if I took points off that I shouldn't have. Okay, so reach out via email. That would probably be the best way, or text message, and I can look at it. Okay. Now, next we have your peer discussion, your peer responses. So your peer responses are due Sundays by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're asking you to, after you post your initial response by Wednesday, we're asking you to come in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday for a total of 3 different days in the week that you're active. And so you've got your main initial post due by Wednesday. So let's say if you don't come in the course till Wednesday, that's 1 day, but then you need to be active at least 2 other days on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We're asking you to respond to at least 2 other students or myself. So you'll notice to keep active in the discussion threads. I'm not going to reply to everybody, but I make sure that I reply to at least you guys at least a couple, 2 or 3 times during the semester, but I may not reply to you every week. But if you notice that I replied and I asked you a question, feel free to answer that question, because that counts as a post to your peers. You don't have to, but it helps me stay active within the discussion threads, because I've got to be active a certain time as well. So that helps me out as well. And then if you are adding a scholarly resource to your post, make sure that you cite it and that you reference it within your post, okay? So right here is your classroom expectations, a minimum of 3 days a week. APA, that's about it. And then you'll notice the week 1 unit objectives are right here. So if you want to know, why am I doing what I'm doing? Well, it captures the definition of health this week. It talks about the National Health Promotion Agenda, apply core concepts, demonstrate how health promotion applies to your practice. So sometimes if, you know, the accreditors want to know that we're not just giving you an assignment just to be giving you assignment, which I hate that. I don't like busy work. So you need to know that everything you're doing is linked back to an objective that the accreditors will want to know. Okay. So this is where my discussion this is what my discussion launches look like. Okay. And I know most of you have responded as well. Now I will say, make sure that you utilize scholarly resources. So a lot of us like to utilize Google or utilize the internet, but make sure that you're referencing it appropriately, APA referencing it appropriately. And not all websites are scholarly. So make sure that you understand if a web page is scholarly or not. One thing that I can post in the announcements is I utilize the acronym APPEAL, and there's different criteria that you can utilize that might help you figure out if a website is scholarly or not. So, okay, baby, just a minute. I'm not done yet. Give me just a few more minutes, okay? Okay. Wash Ariel. Wash your Barbie. Her hair's dirty. I think her hair's dirty. Okay. So it looks like our meeting's going to end in about 10 minutes. And so I just want to open it up for discussions. So what are your thoughts? Any questions you may have at this point?
Are the weekly meetings going to be recorded?
They are. Yep.
Okay.
They will be recorded. And then once the link becomes available, I'll send that link out. But they're also Herzing is telling us to download them in this files tab. So
okay.
I'll make this, I'll make it accessible to you guys. And then you can click in the files tab and I'll date it. So you guys can look at it that way. But then I also thought I might put it in the announcements, because that way, you know, not everybody is going to want to get into the file section of the course. And so I'm going to quit sharing. There's my husband is home, so sorry about that. Okay, so what you'll notice is, why don't I go ahead and put the recording link in the announcement section, okay? And then that way you can click on the link, you can listen to the video. 1 second. Sorry about that, you guys. So with the link, just know that it's active until you need it not to be. And then all right. Any other questions you may need answered?
I have one.
Yes.
With the responses, I know in the discussion it stated to give responses each day, you know, so I know some professors are a little bit flexible.
Yes.
So so say if I get on and I post my discussion, am I able to respond to 2 other people that same day, or do I need to wait the next day to respond to someone and then wait the next day to respond to someone, or can I just do it all?
You can do it all in one day. I get you. I get where you're at, but within the grading rubric, when I grade discussions, there's an area in there where if you're not active if you don't post on 3 different days, I have to take points away. So however you want to organize your time, at least make sure that you have that initial question posted by Wednesdays. But just come in on two other days, make sure you're active.
Okay.
Because it is in the grading rubric, so I do have to take off for it.
I got you. It makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions before we lose our time? No other questions? Okay. So make sure you know how to get a hold of me. Make sure you know that I'm available all the time. Just feel free to let me know what's going on. There's never a question we can't answer. There's never anything we can't get through together. Please keep me in the loop with these storms we're having. If you're losing power or need an extension or absolutely anything, just let me know what's going on. And I as well, I'll let you know what's going on my end as well. But
Perfect.
Other than that, I will see you next Tuesday, the 15th at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the threads. And we'll come back next week and we'll go over grading to see if you have any questions with grading. And then we'll dive into week 2.
Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.